A warm welcome to AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinomo. The federal government of Nigeria has put on hold the planned repatriation of Nigerians in Tanzanian prisons on account of the coronavirus pandemic. The head Media and Public Relations Unit, Nigeria in the Diaspora Commission, Abdulrahman Balogun in Abuja on Monday, stated that the inmates will remain in the prisons until proper arrangements are made for their repatriation after the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. The government had last week announced that it had secured the release of 60 out of the 73 Nigerians serving various jail terms in Tanzanian prisons. It said the Nigerian mission in Tanzania had paid 330,000 shillings for each of the 73 Nigerians in prison, noting that the Nigerian ambassador to Tanzania, Dr. Sahobi Gada, had secured the release of 60 inmates, while arrangements are being made for the discharge of the remaining 13. In a related development, Nasarawa state government has quarantined over 200 persons that entered the state from states with high incidence of COVID-19. The state's COVID-19 task force stated this on Tuesday while briefing newsmen on measures taken to contain the spread of the virus. The State Commissioner of Health, Abdul Karim Kana, during the briefing said that based on the directive by Governor Abdullahi Sule, the travelers were intercepted and quarantined at the State Polytechnic in Lafia. The House of Representatives passed for second reading a bill for an act to repeal the Quarantine Act 2004 and enact the Control of Infectious Disease Bill. The bill was moved by the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, at the resumed plenary on Tuesday. The bill seeks to provide regulations regarding quarantine and preventing the introduction into and spread in Nigeria of dangerous infectious diseases and for related matters. The Speaker, while moving the bill, said it seeks to empower the Nigeria Center for Disease Control to do its job and make other provisions to tackle pandemics in the country. On the foreign scene, the top New York City doctor who was on the front line of the United States fight against coronavirus has taken her own life. Police said Dr. Lorna Breen, who was a medical director of the emergency department at New York Presbyterian Allen Hospital in Manhattan, died of self-inflicted injuries on Sunday. Her father, Dr. Philip Breen, told the New York Times that she tried to do her job and it killed her. Still in the US, President Donald Trump says states should seriously consider reopening their public schools before the end of the academic year, even though dozens already have said it will be unsafe for students to return until the summer or fall. Trump made the comment this Monday in a call with governors discussing how to reopen their economies, among other topics. Colorado Governor Jared Polis later said he would not sanction the full opening of his state schools before summer, but hopes to open some buildings for special education meetings and for small groups of students in vocational programs. Thank you for staying with AD4 TV Radio. Still to come, Oxford University to begin clinical trials of COVID-19 vaccine on 6,000 volunteers, and Tokyo Olympics could be cancelled if a vaccine is not found.
Mental health and the COVID-19. It is no longer news that the coronavirus disease is now a pandemic. New cases are on the rise and the death rates have increased. People may develop issues of poor sleep, poor eating habits, undue irritability, and uncertainty. Some may also start to cope with the use of alcohol, substances of abuse, and self-harm. While all of these reactions can occur in response to a stressful event, it is important to share tips to help people remain in optimal mental health. 1. Let's normalize the conversation. If you feel anxious or afraid about the virus, remember, you are not alone. 2. Don't self-diagnose. Just because you have symptoms that are alike to COVID-19 doesn't mean you have it. 3. Plug out and limit sources of information to credible ones. 4. Develop a healthy daily routine, especially as quarantine is ongoing. 5. Focus on the things you have control over. 6. Practice social distancing, not social isolation. Utilize online channels to keep in touch with friends, family, and loved ones. 7. Avoid maladaptive coping techniques such as drinking and smoking excessively or self-harm. 8. Educate children, the elderly, and loved ones on social distancing, quarantine, and how to keep safe. 9. Take care of yourself by eating healthy and sleeping well. 10. Create time for self-development via reading and online webinars. 11. If you or anyone you know has a physical or mental health problem, please use your medications and encourage them to do same. 12. Reach out, seek help, and get help should the need arise for your health. Remember that there is no health without mental health.
Welcome back. 552 people have died in England's hospitals after contracting coronavirus, bringing the total number of deaths to 19,301. 70 more people have died from COVID-19 in Scotland, taking the total to 1,332, while 17 have passed away in Wales, making its death toll 813. Prime Minister Boris Johnson took part in a minute silence for key workers who have died during the pandemic, promising that they won't be forgotten. The lockdown is expected to last until Thursday, 7th May, when Prime Minister Boris Johnson and leaders of the devolved administrations in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland will meet to extend or ease the strict social distancing measures. Still on the pandemic, Japan's chief medic has said that the Tokyo 2020 Olympics could be cancelled if a COVID-19 vaccine is not found soon. In March, the International Olympics Committee postponed the Games to 2021, noting that it would still be called Tokyo 2020. Japan Medical Association President Dr. Yoshitake Yokokura on Tuesday said the Olympics will only be possible next year if infection rates were under control around the world. He insists that it will be difficult to hold the Olympics unless effective vaccines are developed. If Tokyo 2020 never goes ahead, it will be the fourth time in the history of the modern games they have not, as 3 others were cancelled due to the 2 world wars. Cancelling the games would be a major setback for the 11,000 Olympic athletes and 4,400 Paralympians due to take part, with many only getting one shot at the Olympics. It would also be a massive financial blow for Japan, sponsors and broadcasters. According to estimates, Japan has officially spent nearly £10 billion to organize the Olympics, but the real figure is estimated to be at least twice that large. The delay will cost Japan between £1.5 billion and £4.7 billion. Japanese organizers had already signed up more than 60 sponsors who have paid about £2.6 billion to be associated with the Games. Meanwhile, the Oxford University's Jenner Institute believes it has produced an effective coronavirus vaccine and plans to carry out clinical tests on 6,000 people before the end of May. According to reports, the vaccine was tested on 6 monkeys at the U.S. National Institute of Health Rocky Mountain Laboratory in Montana last month. The monkeys were exposed to high doses of the virus, and all 6 remained healthy 28 days later, while monkeys without the vaccine fell sick. The Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, which is funding 9 different coronavirus vaccine projects, is hopeful the vaccine could be ready this year. The Health Secretary of the United Kingdom, Matt Hancock, has expressed concern about a rare serious new syndrome in children which may be linked to COVID-19. Matt Hancock said a lot of research is being done on the new disease as medical experts are investigating a possible link between the coronavirus pandemic and clusters of severe inflammatory diseases among infants who are arriving in hospitals with high fevers and swollen arteries. England's National Health Service Medical Director, Professor Stephen Powell, said it was too early to say if the syndrome is linked to COVID-19. So far, there are no confirmed deaths related to the syndrome. And talking security, a powerful bomb exploded in a northern Syrian town controlled by Turkish-backed opposition fighters, killing at least 20 civilians and wounding several others on Tuesday. Turkey's state-run news agency said the attack in a crowded street in Afrin was carried out using a fuel tanker. The agency quoted unnamed security officials as saying the attack is believed to have been carried out by Syrian Kurdish fighters linked to Kurdish militants fighting Turkey. That's it on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4 TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.